We here at Carousel Douglas want to help our fellow Disney adults find the best Disney resort to stay at on property. Come along with us. Welcome back to the Carousel of Douglas. We here at the Carousel of Douglas want to teach you about what we think are the best hotels on Disney property, maybe a little off, don't tell anyone, for Disney adults. We're talking about families that maybe are just trying to have a trip on their own, or honeymooners, or just a couple, or maybe friends who are just going to Disney World and trying to find that place that they can go that is more geared towards them. So we have a whole list, and we're gonna help you out. Here we go. Oh, real quick, I want to show you this new shirt I found on TeePublic. Check it out. I love it. This is one of my favorite rides, and I got this on TeePublic. I love it. I'm not sponsored. I just wanted you to see it because, well, it's a Disney adult episode, so I figured I could wear a more, adult shirt. Okay, here we go. We're going to start talking first about the value resorts. I always like to start from the most inexpensive and move my way up to the most expensive hotels. Now, I'm going to start with the value resorts. Now, I actually put in two in this category, and I'll explain why the second one in a moment, but I'll do the first one first. All-star movies. Yeah, I said it. All-star movies for Disney adults is probably your best bet. If you're looking for a cheap hotel on Disney property, well, not exactly cheap, but inexpensive for Disney, All-Star Movies is going to be your best bet. One, they have a fantastic food court. They used to have this secret menu thing where they bring you out a viewfinder. I think that's gone away, but I'm hoping it comes back. They also have a really nice pool and a really great walk-up pool bar. I have stayed at All-Star Movies. Actually, of all the three All-Stars, I've only stayed at All-Star Movies. Weird, because I'm the band director, so I don't know why I haven't stayed at All-Star Music, but I stayed at All-Star Movies. The food court's a lot of fun. The whole resort's a lot of fun. It's got all the Disney movies, and it has Herbie the Love Bug section and all kinds of other things. Great resort, very, very inexpensive. I do think that it's the choice of the three All-Stars for one very specific reason, and that is the noise levels. Because All-Star Sports is oftentimes filled with cheer squads. Actually, one of my friends just recently was staying at All-Star Sports, and she sent me a picture of cheer squads practicing in the middle of the resort. Now, don't get me wrong, I think those cheer squads are great, but they're noisy. So if you're trying to avoid that kind of thing, I think that's an important part to pay attention to, is that the level of noise. And also, All-Star Music, as I previously said, I'm a band director. A lot of times, that's where the bands go. So now you have large groups that are usually pretty noisy themselves, sometimes practicing outdoors at All-Star Music. So, All-Star Movies is the All-Star for Disney adults. Pretty cool. Now, moving on to I'm breaking the rules a little bit. I've been doing only Disney property hotels, but I need to mention the Good Neighbor hotels. Disney has a number of Good Neighbor hotels. Basically, you get the same amenities sort of as you would for being on Disney property. Not all of them, but most of them. You don't get transportation by Disney, but you usually get transportation by that hotel. I think it's a requirement in order to be a good neighbor. They have to offer transportation, but you do get the early park entry. You don't get the Deluxe Park Resort guest after hours thing, but you do get that early park entry, the 30 minutes before everyone else thing. And that's a pretty nice perk to get, as long as you can get there with their transportation. Now, the one we recommend is actually one we've stayed at. We've stayed at the Holiday Inn Disney Springs. First off, it's like a third of the price of some of the hotels out there. It's like currently, I just checked, it's $75 a night if I were to book one tonight. $75 a night. That's a great price. I recommend that hotel too, because one of the amenities you get is you get a free drink at the hotel bar. How cool is that? And the rooms are actually quite spacious. Michelle and I got one with a king bed overlooking the pool, and the pool is very nice, actually. And you are walking distance to Disney Springs. Not many hotels have that, like Saratoga Springs. That's about it. So I actually recommend the Holiday Inn Disney Springs as the not on property, but still a value resort, especially for the price. Check it out. Okay, so the next level of resort is the moderates, and I didn't have to think about it. Not even a second. PortOrleansFrenchQuarter. Done. One of the best hotels on property, in my opinion. Actually, in fact, that is the hotel that Michelle and I stayed at the most in our time before becoming DVC members. We would often be able to get a great price on French Quarter. And one, it's quiet. Two, it's gorgeous. It's set like it's in New Orleans. I've talked about French Quarter a number of times. I love the fact that it's walking distance to Riverside, so you have Riverside's amenities too. And on top of that, it's not all that crowded. A lot of people go to Riverside instead, and they miss French Quarter. French Quarter also has one dedicated bus stop. One. It doesn't have like 4 or 5 because Riverside is so huge. It's got one. You have a Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios spot, and you have an Epcot Animal Kingdom spot. It's great. And that bus gets in and out really, really fast. And when you have one bus stop, it's really easy to get on the bus and not have to worry about whether or not you're going to have a spot. I highly recommend French Quarter. Also for Scat Cat Club. Scat Cat Club was something I'd never experienced before until I was there last September. And I was there in September. I was like, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna check this out. I keep hearing good things about this band. Not only were the drinks amazing and the bar food amazing, but the band was so good. It's this quartet, and they just do jazz standards, some pop hits, couple things, and just incredible. The last time I was there, I heard them do You Are the Sunshine of My Life, and just killed it. Check it out. Yeah, like I said, PortOrleansFrenchQuarter, my favorite moderate resort for Disney adults. It's got really good, quiet spaces. It's beautiful. The pool's really nice, but not too big, so it doesn't get booked by families a lot. And you have boat access to Disney Springs. That's pretty cool. Okay, I've gotten to the deluxe level, and I want to say before I give it out that this was actually not a difficult decision for me. It wasn't a difficult decision for Michelle either. Both of us said this at the same time when we were discussing this video as I was trying to make it. We both said Boardwalk Inn. It's really rather simple. Boardwalk Inn is one of your less expensive deluxe resorts. And on top of that, it's got a great, all kinds of extra things that make it really tops on this list. First is that you can walk to Hollywood Studios. It takes about 15 minutes. It's a little bit longer. And you can walk to Epcot within like 5 minutes. So being able to walk to 2 parks easily. Then you have access to the Skyliner at Epcot's International Gateway. Okay, now it's increasing in value because now you have that. Plus, you can also take friendship boats to Hollywood Studios if you want, or even to Epcot. So now you have access to that. Then you can also walk over to Yacht and Beach Club, which is a more expensive hotel. And you can also walk over to the Swan and Dolphin, which is a lesser expensive hotel on Disney property that's owned by Marriott. So now you have all these extras just like that. And I haven't even talked about Boardwalk itself. Boardwalk itself has the Boardwalk, which has shops and stores. It even has a brewery on it. It's got the Abracadabar, which is just incredible. It's got Trattoria Al Forno, which we've eaten at. Great breakfast. I'm hoping that it brings back that character breakfast soon, because that character breakfast was a lot of fun, especially with the princes and the princesses combined together. You never really find that very often. And then on top of that, you also have ice cream, margaritas, a pizza window. I mean, I can just keep going. And all that stuff stays open later. So now when you come back from the park, you don't just have to go to your hotel room. If you want to go get a nightcap or stroll the boardwalk and have a great time and enjoy yourself and not just have everything closed on you, the boardwalk's the place to be. And then on top of that, it's in a fantastic location. It's as central to the whole system of Walt Disney World as any other hotel. Boardwalk. It's the winner. I know a lot of people want me to say the monorail resorts because they've been there forever, or some of the other fancier deluxe hotels. Nope, Boardwalk wins. So anyway, the Boardwalk is just fantastic from top to bottom. I highly recommend it. Oh yeah, the other thing is it's actually closest to the on-property gas station. So if you need gas, it's like right around the corner from there, especially if you're driving yourself. So there you go. It's got pretty much everything you could want and access to everything around you. So Boardwalk Inn, it wins. All right, folks, this is our episode about which hotels we think on property work best for Disney adults. We hope that we've been informative for you. We have all kinds of tips and trick videos. You should check out that playlist down below. It also popped up right there because I just said something about it. If you think that we got it wrong, it's okay. Say it in the comments. If you think we got it right, that's really great. Say it in the comments too. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe because we give out videos like this very often. Our trip announcement's coming out soon because we're going to the park, and boy, did I get a really good run at my ADRs this year. Oof, so excited. That probably gives you an indication about when we're going, sometime in the near future. But my goodness, did I have to score on those ADRs. I will try to do my best to give you the best tips so that you can score on your advanced dining reservations or ADRs. We really appreciate you being here today. And like we always say, we don't like to say goodbye because we're gonna see you real soon. So we say, see you bye.